First contact. The Deep Space Monitoring Station on Titan picked up something impossible. Dr. Elena Vasquez nearly dropped her coffee mug when the alert flashed across her screen. The signal was weak, broken, but unmistakably artificial. And it was coming from somewhere near Saturn's outer rings. Elena's heart raced as she analyzed the pattern. She had been searching the cosmos for signs of intelligent life for 15 years. Now, in the year 2195, on an ordinary Tuesday morning, everything was about to change. "Director Thompson, you need to see this," Elena called across the control room. Her voice remained steadied despite her trembling hands. Within hours, every space agency on Earth was studying the signal. The pattern was complex, mathematical, and clearly designed by intelligence. More importantly, it repeated the universal distress sequence that human scientists had theorized advanced civilizations might use. The United Earth Council convened an emergency session. President Sarah Mitchell addressed the assembly from Geneva. "Ladies and gentlemen, we face a moment that will define humanity's place in the universe. We have received what appears to be a distress call from an alien civilization near Saturn." The debate lasted 3 days. Some council members feared it could be a trap. Others worried about the cost and danger of a rescue mission. Military advisors suggested sending armed vessels. But it was young Ambassador Fatima al-Rashid who swayed the council. "If we were stranded in the darkness between stars, wouldn't we pray for someone to answer our call for help? This is our chance to show the universe who we truly are." The vote was unanimous. Humanity would send help. Captain David Park commanded the Starship Pioneer, humanity's most advanced vessel. His crew of 50 represented Earth's best: engineers, doctors, linguists, and scientists from every continent. As they prepared for launch, Park addressed his team. "We carry humanity's hopes with us. Whatever we find out there, we go with open hands and open hearts. We are ambassadors of Earth." The journey to Saturn took 3 weeks. During the flight, the crew studied the alien signal, developing communication protocols and preparing for every possible scenario. Dr. James Okafor, the chief linguist, barely slept, creating mathematical frameworks to establish basic communication. Navigator Chen Wei monitored their approach carefully. As they drew closer, the ship's sensors revealed something extraordinary. "Captain, I'm detecting multiple large objects in grid formation. They're massive. Each one is several kilometers long." The view screen revealed the alien fleet. Dozens of ships hung motionless in space, their surfaces covered in intricate geometric patterns that seemed to pulse with faint bioluminescent light. The vessels looked organic, as if grown rather than built, with flowing curves and no visible seams. "They're beautiful," whispered engineer Priya Sharma. "But look at the damage." Several ships showed signs of severe damage. Hull breaches, darkened sections, and debris fields surrounded the fleet. Whatever had happened to them, these beings were in serious trouble. Captain Park took a deep breath. "Begin first contact protocols." "Dr. Okafor, you're up." They transmitted prime numbers, mathematical constants, and simple geometric patterns. For an hour, there was no response. Then, suddenly, one of the alien ships flickered to life. Lights danced across its surface in response to their signals. The aliens had answered. Over the next several hours, they established basic communication. The beings called themselves the Salvari. Through careful exchanges of mathematical concepts and simple pictographs, the humans learned their story. The Salvari were explorers from a distant star system. They had been traveling for generations when their fleet encountered a massive electromagnetic storm near Saturn. The storm had damaged their bioneural navigation systems, leaving them unable to continue their journey or return home. "They're dying," Dr. Okafor reported after analyzing their messages. "Their life support systems are failing. They have perhaps weeks before total system collapse." Captain Park made the decision without hesitation. "We're going to help them. Signal Earth, we need every available ship and all the resources they can send." The first human to board a Salvari vessel was Dr. Maya Patel, the mission's xenobiologist. Wearing a protective suit and accompanied by a small team, she entered through what the salvary indicated was a docking portal. The interior was unlike anything humans had imagined. The walls seemed alive, pulsing with soft blue and green light. The air was thick with a sweet scent, like honey and ozone. And then they saw them, the salvary themselves. They were tall, perhaps 8 feet, with elongated limbs that moved with fluid grace. Their skin had a pearl-like quality, shifting between colors like an aurora. Instead of eyes, they had crystalline structures that seemed to perceive light differently than humans. The lead salvary approached slowly, its movements careful and non-threatening. It extended what might have been a hand, a delicate appendage with multiple joints. Dr. Patel, following her instincts, reached out and touched it gently. The salvary's skin pulsed with warm golden light. Through their established communication system, it transmitted a single concept that Dr. Okafor translated: friend. Over the following days, humans and salvary worked to understand each other better. The aliens' technology was bioorganic, grown rather than manufactured. Their ships were living entities, symbiotic organisms that the salvary had cultivated for millennia. Chief Engineer Priya Sharma was fascinated. Their technology is centuries ahead of ours in some ways, but they're struggling with problems we solved decades ago. Their biosystems can't handle the electromagnetic interference from Saturn's magnetosphere. The solution required combining human and salvary knowledge. Human electromagnetic shielding technology could protect the salvary biosystems, while salvary bioengineering could enhance human space travel capabilities. Earth's response was overwhelming. Ships arrived daily, bringing supplies, equipment, and specialists. The rescue mission had become a collaboration, with humans and salvary working side by side. Dr. Robert Kim, a specialist in bioengineering, made a crucial breakthrough. We can create a hybrid system, he explained to the joint human-salvary engineering team. Human electromagnetic shields integrated with salvary bioneural networks. It's like creating an immune system for their ships. The salvary were amazed by human adaptability and ingenuity. Through their improving communication, they expressed concepts that Dr. Okafor translated as wonder and gratitude. They had encountered other species in their travels, but none had shown such immediate willingness to help strangers. As work progressed, something beautiful began to happen. Human crew members and salvary formed genuine friendships. They shared meals, carefully tested for compatibility, exchanged cultural concepts, and even attempted to teach each other their forms of artistic expression. Young Lieutenant Tom Robinson spent hours with a salvary named Zephy's, the closest human pronunciation of its name, learning about their bioluminescent art forms. In return, he taught Zephy's about human music, playing his guitar in the alien ship's common area. The breakthrough came when they successfully repaired the first salvary ship. As its biosystems came back online, the vessel literally bloomed, its surface brightening with patterns of light that the salvary explained were expressions of joy. Captain Park stood with the salvary fleet commander, whom they called Elder Solis, watching the repaired ship test its restored systems. Through their translator, Elder Solis communicated something that brought tears to Park's eyes. You came to us as strangers in our darkest time. You offer aid without condition, share your knowledge freely, and treat us with dignity. In all our travels among the stars, we have never encountered such generosity. You have not just saved our lives. You have restored our faith in the goodness that can exist between different peoples. Park smiled, placing his hand over his heart in a gesture the salvary had learned meant sincerity among humans. This is who we are. This is who we choose to be. And this is just the beginning. As the work continued and more salvary ships came back to life, both species began to realize that this meeting was more than a rescue mission. It was the foundation of something greater, a partnership that would change the destiny of both civilizations. But unknown to either humans or salvary, ancient sensors at the edge of the solar system had detected their activities. Something old and dangerous was awakening, drawn by the energy signatures of the repaired Salvary fleet. The greatest test of this new friendship was yet to come. Unity among stars. 3 months had passed since humanity first answered the Salvary distress call. The space around Saturn had transformed into a bustling hub of interspecies cooperation. Human and Salvary ships worked in perfect harmony, their contrasting technologies creating something entirely new. Dr. Elena Vasquez, who had first detected the alien signal, now served as chief liaison between the species. She watched from the observation deck of the newly constructed Unity station as another Salvary vessel emerged from repair dock, its bioluminescent hull glowing with health. 90% of their fleet is now operational, reported Commander Lisa Park, daughter of Captain David Park and leader of the engineering coordination team. The hybrid shield systems are performing beyond our best projections. The cultural exchange had deepened beyond mere survival needs. In the station's communal areas, humans and Salvary gathered to share their histories, philosophies, and dreams. The Salvary had revealed they were part of a vast network of peaceful civilizations, exploring the galaxy not for conquest, but for knowledge and connection. Dr. James Okafor had made remarkable progress with the translation systems. Complex conversations were now possible, and humanity was learning about the broader galactic community. The Salvary spoke of ancient civilizations, cosmic wonders, and the great mysteries they sought to unravel. "Your species is young," Elder Solis had told Captain Park during one of their daily meetings, "but you possess something rare, the courage to trust. Many species we have encountered build walls. You build bridges." The scientific collaboration yielded incredible breakthroughs. Salvary biotechnology revolutionized human medical treatments, while human quantum computing enhanced Salvary navigation systems. Young scientists from both species worked together with infectious enthusiasm, their different perspectives creating innovative solutions. Lieutenant Anna Reyes, a xenobiologist, had formed a particularly close working relationship with Lyrian, a young Salvary scientist. Together, they were developing the new form of sustainable life support system that combined the best of both technologies. "Look at this," Anna exclaimed during one late-night research session. "When we integrate your biofilters with our atmospheric processors, the efficiency increases by 400%. We could extend deep space missions indefinitely." Lyrian's skin patterns shifted to express excitement, a swirling pattern of blues and golds that Anna had learned to read. "Your species' ability to think in straight lines complements our circular logic. Together, we see the full picture." But the peaceful collaboration was about to face its greatest challenge. Deep space monitoring stations detected them first. Energy signatures unlike anything in human or Salvary databases. Dr. Vasquez was again the first to spot the anomaly, though this time her coffee mug did actually hit the floor. "Captain Park, we have multiple contacts approaching from the outer system. They're moving fast, faster than anything should be able to move." The Joint Command Center erupted into activity. Salvary sensor operators worked alongside human technicians, their combined systems providing detailed scans of the approaching force. Elder Solis stood beside Captain Park, its crystalline sensory organs pulsing with what humans had learned indicated deep concern. When the scan results appeared on the main screen, the Salvary leader's entire body shifted to a color humans had never seen before, a deep, threatening purple. "The Devourers," Elder Solis transmitted, the translation carrying undertones of ancient fear. "They have found us." Through rapid information exchange, humans learned the horrifying truth. The Devourers were an artificial species, self-replicating machines created eons ago by a long-dead civilization. They had one purpose: to harvest advanced technology and biological material, consuming entire civilizations to fuel their endless expansion. "This is why we were fleeing," Elder Solis explained. "They destroyed our homeworld. We thought we had lost them in the vastness of space." The human command staff exchanged grim looks. Admiral Chen, who had arrived to oversee the expanded operation, addressed the Joint Council. "How long do we have?" "At their current speed, 6 days," reported the sensor officer. "They're scanning, searching. They haven't locked onto our exact position yet." Some human advisors suggested the Salveri should flee immediately. Earth's defenses might hold if the Devourers followed the aliens away. But Captain Park stood firm, and his words echoed humanity's finest qualities. "No, we don't abandon friends. We stand together, or we fall together." The room fell silent. Then, one by one, every human in the command center voiced agreement. The Salveri's bioluminescent patterns shifted to warm golds and blues, colors of profound gratitude and respect. "Your species is young," Elder Solus said again, "but your hearts contain the wisdom of the ancients." The next 6 days saw unprecedented cooperation. Every human ship in the system was recalled and refitted with hybrid human-Salveri technology. Earth's entire industrial capacity shifted to war production. But with a twist, they were building defenses based on merged technologies. Dr. Priya Sharma led the engineering effort. The Devourers adapt to any single species technology, but they've never encountered a true fusion of completely different tech bases. It's our only advantage. The plan was ambitious. Rather than running or fighting separately, humans and Salveri would create something entirely new, a combined fleet using integrated systems the Devourers couldn't predict or adapt to quickly. Young engineers like Lieutenant Robinson worked around the clock. His friend Zephes had become his constant companion, their different thought processes combining to solve problems neither could handle alone. "Your music gave me an idea," Zephes communicated one night. "The Devourers analyze patterns. What if we create chaos that looks like patterns?" This sparked a breakthrough. They developed a defense system that combined human electronic warfare with Salveri biorhythmic disruption, a cacophony of signals that would confuse the Devourers' adaptive systems. As the enemy approached, revelations emerged about both species. The Salveri shared their deepest cultural treasures, vast libraries of knowledge, art, and wisdom accumulated over millennia. Humans responded by transmitting Earth's entire cultural database to Salveri core ships, ensuring that even if the worst happened, something of both civilizations would survive. Children on Earth drew pictures for their new alien friends. Salveri composers created bioluminescent symphonies dedicated to human courage. Scientists shared their most precious discoveries freely, knowing they might be the last gifts they could give. On the 5th day, as final preparations were made, something unexpected happened. Signals arrived from Earth. Every available ship was coming. Not just military vessels, but civilian ships retrofitted with weapons and shields. Humanity had mobilized completely. Why? Elder Solus asked Captain Park. "Your world could be defended better if these ships stayed near Earth." Park smiled, an expression the Salveri had learned meant determination mixed with hope. "Because this isn't just about survival anymore. It's about who we choose to be. We choose to stand with our friends." The Devourers arrived as predicted, a swarm of geometric shapes that defied conventional design, their surfaces absorbing light like hungry voids. They numbered in the thousands, each unit a perfect killing machine. But they faced something they had never encountered in their eons of existence, two species fighting as one. The battle began with the hybrid fleet executing maneuvers that should have been impossible. Human pilots flew Salveri bioships, while Salveri navigators guided human vessels. The integrated systems created attack patterns that shifted between organic flows and mechanical precision. Commander Lisa Park led a squadron of hybrid fighters, her human tactical training enhanced by Salveri predictive algorithms. "Pattern Delta 7, she called. "Let's show them what unity looks like." The Devourers' initial assault faltered. Their adaptive systems, designed to counter predictable species-specific technologies, struggled with the chaotic fusion of human Salveri innovations. Weapons that combined kinetic force with bioenergy disruption tore through their formations. But the enemy was vast and patient. They began to adapt, their collective intelligence processing the new patterns. The tide of battle shifted back and forth, each side gaining temporary advantages. In the command center, Elder Solis and Admiral Chen coordinated their forces with perfect synchronization. Their different command styles, human aggressive tactics and Salveri flowing strategies, created a dynamic defense that kept the Devourers off balance. The decisive moment came when young Lieutenant Reyes and her partner Lyrian activated their prototype weapon, a merger of human quantum technology and Salveri bioresonance that created cascading failures in the Devourers' shared network. "It's working," Anna shouted as scanner showed enemy units beginning to malfunction. "They can't adapt to something that's constantly evolving." The weapons spread through the Devourer fleet like a virus, their perfect coordination becoming their weakness. As units failed, others tried to adapt, creating further chaos. Within hours, the seemingly invincible force was in full retreat. But victory came at a cost. Dozens of ships from both species had fallen, their crews sacrificing themselves to protect others. In the aftermath, humans and Salveri mourned together, their grief shared across species boundaries. The surviving Devourers fled toward deep space, their adaptive systems corrupted by the hybrid technologies they couldn't fully analyze. They would think twice before approaching this part of the galaxy again. In the days that followed, as damaged ships were repaired and the fallen were honored, something beautiful emerged from the ashes of battle. The human-Salveri alliance had been forged in crisis, but was now cemented in mutual respect and genuine affection. Elder Solis stood with Captain Park on Unity Station's observation deck, watching as crews worked side by side on repairs. "Your species has given us more than survival," the Salveri leader communicated. "You've shown us that the universe still holds wonders, that strangers can become family. And you've shown us we're not alone," Park replied, "that the stars hold friends we haven't met yet." The Salveri fleet, now fully operational and enhanced with human technology, prepared to continue their journey. But this time, they wouldn't travel alone. A joint exploration initiative was announced. Human and Salveri ships would journey together, seeking new civilizations and spreading the message that cooperation was stronger than conquest. Dr. Elena Vasquez, whose discovery had started it all, was chosen to lead the first mixed crew on a deep space mission. As she stood on the bridge of the Starship Unity's Dawn, a vessel that combined the best of both species' technologies, she thought about how far they'd come. "Ready for departure," her mixed human and Salveri crew reported. "Take us out," she ordered, smiling as the ship responded to commands in ways that neither species could have achieved alone. As the hybrid fleet prepared to explore the galaxy together, Earth received messages from other civilizations. Word had spread of the alliance that had defeated the Devourers. Species that had hidden in fear were now reaching out, curious about the young race that had shown such remarkable courage and compassion. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe. But more importantly, they had done so with open hands and open hearts, proving that the greatest strength came not from weapons or technology, but from the bridges built between differences. The stars awaited, full of wonders yet to be discovered and friends yet to be made, and humans and Salveri would face them together, their alliance a beacon of hope in the vast darkness of space, a testament to what was possible when strangers chose trust over fear, cooperation over conquest. As the joint fleet moved toward the stars,